Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Lorne Coe, and I'm the proud member of the Provincial Parliament for the riding of Whitby, and Parliamentary Assistant to the Minister of Children, Community and Social Services, and the Minister of Colleges, Universities, Research Excellence, and Security. It's a true pleasure to welcome you all here today for an announcement that marks another major step forward for Durham Region, our province, and our country. Durham has been a cornerstone of Ontario's energy system, home to some of the most advanced infrastructure in the world, and thousands of highly skilled workers who help power our homes, businesses, and beyond every single day. This region is more than an energy hub. It's a symbol of what's possible when local talent, global vision, and strong leadership come together. And that is something I'm very proud to be a part of. I've had the privilege of seeing firsthand the incredible work that happens in our community, from world-leading nuclear innovation at the Darlington Nuclear Generating Station to the local businesses and workers who make Ontario's clean energy leadership possible. What brings us together this morning is more than a local milestone. It's a moment that reflects Ontario's unmatched global influence in nuclear innovation, our unparalleled supply chain, and the talent we have in our own backyard. Today will be a win for Ontario, a win for Canada, and a win for our North American allies who are looking to Ontario for energy security. This is what it looks like when government, industry, and local communities come together with a shared vision. When we bet on Ontario talent and on partnerships that extend well beyond our borders. Our government was re-elected for a third time on a mandate to protect Ontario, no matter what. Which is why it's a great honor to introduce someone who's been a true champion leading that charge. Someone who understands the importance of energy security, economic growth, and what it means to lead the world in clean technology. Please join me in welcoming the Minister of Energy and Mines, the Honourable Stephen Lecce, to the podium.
Well, good morning. Thank you all. Thank you, Lauren, for that very powerful introduction. I want to thank you for your leadership. The people of Whitby are well served, and of course, as you know, Durham is the nuclear capital of Canada, but we're building upon that. And so thank you for your leadership. I want to, of course, give a recognition to my parliamentary team who is with us. This is the dream team in energy that we've been working well together over the past many months. And of course, Rudy Cazzetto, the parliamentary assistant, the member from Mississauga, who's been leading the way in the ministry, helping to sell small modular reactors literally around the world, including in Poland. Thank you for your leadership. I want to give a shout out to Chris Scott, who's newly elected from Sault Ste. Marie, and the parliamentary assistant in the ministry. Thank you for the work you're doing, particularly on helping to get our critical minerals out of the ground into new markets. That is playing a really important role for the North. And of course, David Smith, who's been an awesome addition to the team, working very hard, representing the people of Toronto and Scarborough most specifically. We're grateful for his leadership as well as experience in the energy sector before coming to government. And I do want to thank our colleagues who are joined with us. Heather Culmers, the President and CEO of GE Vernova Hitachi Nuclear, for joining us. It's a great honor to have you with us for the first official time. And Dennis Darby, the President and CEO of the Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters Association. Thank you. And to the many other colleagues who are with us around the room, thank you to all the partners who are with us today. Now, we are Ontario is not just a player in nuclear energy and innovation, we are a global leader in the space. Nuclear power has been the foundation of our clean energy system for decades, providing almost 50% of our electricity, and we're doing it emissions-free. That's what puts Ontario in a league of its own today. Nuclear attracts investment, it creates jobs, and it is constant, the energy source we need to deliver that reliability for the people we serve, because we're projected to need 75% more power over the next 25 years. And of course, to the amazing students here at TMU, those behind us and our wonderful hosts, it is for them that we think about the future with a long-term vision on planning and building. And that's why our sector, our nuclear sector, is one of the safest, it's one of the most reliable, it's the cleanest form of energy for families today and obviously for future generations. Because if we don't plan ahead, we'll face power gaps that require constant constraints, such as conservation efforts or brownouts by the early 2030s. And we simply won't allow that to happen because we have a proactive lens to building. And our Premier has been clear, we're not going to let that happen. Our nuclear supply chain currently supports nearly 80,000 jobs right across our province. 200 companies from engineering to manufacturing, and all of our ridings are building these SMRs of the future. And building it up is how we keep costs down, how we keep the lights on for our families and businesses. And that's why we're acting, not with talk, but with shovels in the ground. With site preparation work is now complete, building the G7's first SMR. We have the necessary approvals. The construction is underway, as I mentioned, on the globe's first BWRX 300 small modular reactor right here, Darlington, in Ontario in Canada, where we're really leading the world. We're going to build a fleet of 4 in total. 3 more SMRs are being developed closely behind the first that's in development, as I mentioned. Together, these 4 will produce 1,200 megawatts of clean, reliable power, enough power for 1.2 million homes. But what's amazing about this investment is that on an annual basis, they're going to inject $500 million into the Ontario economy, increasing Canada's GDP by $38 billion over the next 65 years, which is a massive way to grow our economy at this critical time. The announcement of the first small modular reactor that is beginning construction really cemented our province's leadership in the world, the first mover's advantage here in nuclear innovation. But to fully unlock that potential, we need to strengthen every link to the supply chain, from construction to maintenance, from design to deployment. And so that's exactly what we are here to do today, to move forward with this ambitious plan of nation building to create thousands of jobs and cement Ontario as a clean energy leader in the world. And that's why we are proud to announce that the province has secured an investment of $70 million from GE, Vernova, Hitachi Nuclear Energy to build a state-of-the-art small modular reactor engineering and service center in Durham Region, which will be the first of its kind in the world, and it's happening right here in the province of Ontario. And it's exciting that we're not just building out the first SMRs of the world here in Ontario, Canada, within the G7. We're also now building the maintenance hub that's going to help serve the global export of SMRs and putting Ontario at the center of the action, the center of that vision as we build a clean energy economy around us. And there's a ton of interest. I mean, Rudy and I were just in Poland some months ago, where Eastern European nations are putting their hand up, expressing a serious desire, among many other nations, I should say, wanting to, in their case, decouple dependence on Russian natural gas. So we are honored to really being at the forefront of this change, and we're also proud from a geopolitical perspective to help export clean, democratic technology to other parts of the world that need it most. So this is an investment in jobs. It's an investment in clean energy. I mean, this investment will bring over 300 high-value Canadian jobs to Durham Region specifically. And I know the mayors and the chair from York Region and others, some of whom are with us today, are grateful for these types of investments. Because by bringing the team, building the Darlington SMR fleet even closer to home, it helps us accelerate the timelines from concept to completion. And this will serve as a global hub for engineering and innovation to support over $1 billion in contracts we've already secured with jurisdictions around the world, in Poland and Estonia, just to mention a few. The projects mean that Canadian workers right here in our province will be traveling the globe and vice versa to share their knowledge and expertise to build the SMRs of the future. And that international partners needing guidance will now look to Ontario for that knowledge and that expertise. Really, today is a step forward as Ontario becomes an SMR superpower. The project is a win for Durham Region. Yes, it's a win for Ontario. This is a win for Canada, a nation-building investment, 20,000 jobs during construction, over 3,000 jobs over the maintenance of this program, and of course, rather 2,000 to 3,000 individuals trained in this program, with 300 permanent jobs being created in Durham. All in all, this is an investment in our clean energy future. And we just introduced Energy for Generations just 2 weeks ago. It's really our first long-term integrated energy plan, a roadmap to secure power for the short and long term, and really to make sure we've got the energy we need for families today and for the younger people behind us. And so when it comes to nuclear power, we know SMRs are really putting it all, we're putting it all on the line. When it comes to SMR deployments, large scale, net new, refurbishments, we're on a roll in this province, really making those bold, necessary steps to attract investment, to move the needle, to achieve our plan to hit 99% clean energy, non-emitting energy by year 2050. And it's starting with these SMRs, the first in the G7, part of our plan announced in the Integrated Energy Plan. So we're rounding it off with the first service center, and this is what planning ahead looks like. This is what good partnership looks like with our industry partners, and of course it's what good government looks like, because we're thinking about the core principles that I believe everyday Ontarians want us to be focused on: affordability, reliability, security, and clean power. And that's really the basis of today's plan, really delivering a plan for our kids and our grandchildren. Something no government before us really considered when it came to energy planning, but through Energy for Generations, we really ended this piecemeal solution that our province once knew, because we just are not afraid as a government to do the big things. And so the difference here is we're doing it with a vision, with ambition, and a clear long-term plan for growth. And that's how we're going to get things done, how our Premier is going to drive us all to level up so we stand up for Canadian workers and for a clean energy economy for our kids. So this is an exciting day. It's an honor to be here. And part of the vision, of course, is helping to sell these SMRs into foreign markets. And so you will see that we're going to play a really important role as the world is watching us, turning to us in this moment. Because we are a leader, we are a partner of choice, and we're just getting started today. The nuclear innovation and tech we possess doesn't just benefit our country, it will strengthen our allies too. And the Premier has been clear. He wants to see Canadian and U.S. partners working together in the defense of democratic values. And so this announcement is a prime example of that partnership flourishing with GE Vernova Hitachi, which with their support of the SMR project. This fortress AMCAN the Premier speaks about can be realized, whether it's in nuclear tech or critical minerals or clean energy infrastructure. The world needs stable, democratic partners that they can count on, and we are that partner for the world. So I just want to say, with the groundbreaking work already in motion, and now with the state-of-the-art SMR Center, we are changing the course of history. We're charging ahead with a clear, strong, prosperous energy future, and I'm just very honored to be doing this in partnership with you all today as we make history and move forward on the SMR. It will be connected to the grid by year 2030 right here in Ontario. And one of the people that has helped make this dream a reality is Heather Chalmers, who is the President and CEO of GE Vernova Hitachi Nuclear, and I'd like to introduce you to the podium now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. It is a privilege to be here today alongside Minister Lecce, as well as our partners and leaders from Ontario's nuclear sector, to mark an important milestone for GE Vernova Hitachi, for the Durham region, and for the future of small modular reactors in Canada. Ontario is setting the pace, nationally and globally, for how nuclear energy can underpin a reliable, low-carbon electrical system and contribute to a strong economy and a thriving workforce. We are proud to support that vision. GE Vernova Hitachi and its predecessors have been part of the Canadian nuclear story for more than 60 years, dating back to our work on the country's first nuclear power plant. And today, we are building on that legacy with a major step forward, a multi-million-dollar investment to support the establishment of the Canada BWRX 300 Engineering Service Centre in Durham Region. This 50,000 square foot facility will be a central hub for technical expertise, innovation, and training. As the Minister mentioned, it will train more than 2,000 nuclear professionals in Ontario each year, delivering significant economic and workforce benefits to the region. The centre will also produce an estimated $128 million in annual GDP growth and will support the safe, efficient operation of the BWRX 300 fleet in Canada and beyond. It will also house a state-of-the-art virtual reality simulator for refueling and maintenance, training, advanced maintenance and inspection technology tailored to SMRs, and outage planning and support services for the BWRX 300 reactors. This service centre will bolster Ontario's position as a nuclear leader and further cultivate Canada's nuclear energy workforce with an industry-leading training ecosystem. This Ontario-based hub will provide the province with continued access to the best and brightest talent and innovation in the nuclear energy industry, while complementing the global efforts for deploying the BWRX 300. This investment aligns with a broader momentum we're seeing across the province, as you mentioned. Ontario is now the first jurisdiction in the G7 to approve construction of a grid-scaled SMR, an achievement that builds on the province's reputation on the world stage as a leader in next-generation nuclear deployment. Our work at Darlington continues to advance, but to support the momentum, we need the supporting tools and infrastructure that will carry it forward. With this service centre, GE Vernova Hitachi is helping to reinforce Ontario's position as a global hub for nuclear technology, manufacturing, and talent. Today's announcement is not only about a new facility, it's about building the infrastructure, capabilities, and workforce needed to support the future of SMRs in Canada and globally. It's about creating opportunities to connect Ontario to the rest of the world and showcasing our exemplary talent on an international stage. Thank you to everyone who made this possible. A number of you are in the room. GE Vernova Hitachi is proud to be a trusted, long-term partner in Ontario's clean energy future. We look forward to the road ahead, and our continued collaboration with our government partners is going to be critical to the success of this initiative. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce Dennis Darby, President and Chief Executive Officer, Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters.
Well, thank you, Heather, and I'm honored to make some remarks here on behalf of the member companies of CME, Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters. We've been around for over 150 years, and the association has been the voice of industry in this country for that period through every transition from hydroelectric to nuclear capacity that allowed our factories to grow. Energy has been an important and necessary condition of our competitiveness and is what moves us forward, so that's why this is so important. And while this essential truth remains, the technologies have to keep changing. And today we are gathered to celebrate the next phase of prosperity, enabling innovation in energy. With SMRs, we are looking at unlocking the power of smaller, more manageable scale, more replicable technology, which complements our existing integrated system. And we can scale it up and export it to the world. That's why we're called Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters. Congratulations to GE Vernova, who's a long-standing supporter and member of CME and our board of directors, and for developing the very first SMRs in the world, also for investing in the prosperity and know-how in the Durham region and across Canada. And thank you to the Government of Ontario for your commitment to affordable, reliable, secure, and clean technology, backed by a strong made-in-Canada supply chain, and that's really important. We want to support local manufacturers as part of the construction and maintenance and ultimate export of this fleet. There are many challenges ahead. Last week, we unveiled a manufacturing survey that showed that things like U.S. tariffs were impacting manufacturers deeply, with 3/4 of companies telling us that they experience severe impacts, including production slowdowns, business losses, and layoffs. But with the steadfast leadership demonstrated by Ontario to foster the relationship and support growth investments like today's, well, that local innovation, the new jobs, we know we'll get through this time and continue to be the engine of our economy. So thank you both very much. Thank you.
So someone was asking, how do you distill an announcement like this sort of in 30 seconds? The key takeaway here is we are leading the world's first small modular reactor within the G7. We're building them right here, a fleet of 4. The first will be built by 2030. That's going to create continuous clean power for 65 years, 20,000 construction jobs, thousands of good-paying, recession-proof maintenance jobs of this SMR fleet. We're going to help sell these around the world. We're already exporting them all over from Eastern Europe to the United States. With Ontario's supply chain, $500 million of our companies are now, on an annual basis, being injected into our economy to create jobs as we build the SMRs of the world. Today's another step forward because we're actually now cementing our position as the SMR leader of the world because we're now announcing the $70 million investment by the company to invest a maintenance service hub to support the SMR fleet that gets deployed around the world. This is an amazing step forward for Canada's economy, for Canadian workers, and for nuclear technology. And so we're proud to partner with you all to achieve something big. And nation building is often mentioned by many politicians, but this is an example of nation building in action because it's an asset that will live well beyond us for our kids and grandkids. And that's what this is all about. So very grateful for for joining us today. Many partners are with us that I've not mentioned specifically, many industrial and community partners who are with us behind the podium. But I just want to say thank you all, and thank you, TMU, for hosting us today. You've been a brilliant host. This center actually is dedicated to clean energy innovation, and you are on the cutting edge of this, and we're very grateful to Dr. Mohammed and the team for allowing us in today. Okay.
That concludes our past conference. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Sarah.